Holy shit, guys. YCS Dallas is tomorrow. Here's the stupid-ass token I got for early registration. You know, it's definitely not a mat, but, you know, it's still pretty cool. You got it in addition to the packs. I didn't pull shit from my packs, of course, because that's just my luck. The only holo I got was Rust Mist, so fuck that. But, there's a little token, if anyone wants to see it, blah, blah, blah. I also picked up a black calculator. It's much like the white strike zone, but it is black, which makes it better. That's what she said. Now, well, let's go to the deck. This deck is something I've gotten more and more confident with throughout the last month or so. You know, I am an admitted sort of bandwagon hero player and didn't really play much before, but when I sold my Inzectors, and they are sold, by the way, so don't be expecting any Inzector deck profiles for a little while. When I sold my Inzectors, I decided to play a deck that, you know, could get around hand traps, that could get around a lot of things that are main boarded against them. Because what I was finding with my Inzectors is that they're so easily sided against, it makes it a problem. So heroes aren't that easy to side against. Some people may think they are, but, you know, after the last YCS and with what's going on lately, people will be siding for heroes, but you can't really stop essentially what they're doing, which is Spark, Hero Blast, controlling the game until they can push for it. So this deck has done great for me. Last weekend I actually played at my locals. Didn't really want to, but they talked me into it. First round, who sits down across from me? Fucking Billy Break. So I'm like, okay, I'm playing Billy. I know he's playing wind-ups. What am I going to do? If you know how your deck works and you know how their deck works, you can beat anyone on any given day. I ended up 2-0ing him, and I want to be 100% clear that I'm saying I do not think I'm better than Billy Break. But I do want to say that if you know your shit, and they may be more experienced and better than you, you can beat anyone. You know, I didn't think I was going to sit down and 2-0 the kid, but that's what ended up happening. And it felt good because, like I said, it just reminded me that don't be psyched out about who you're playing. The guy who won YCS Atlanta, he didn't know any of the big names that he was playing, so he just played like he was sitting down across from his best friend. And it ended up winning. He didn't have any experience at all, but he won a major event. Just a few things to think about before going into this. Get yourself pumped up, because you can beat these people. So, 3 Neos Alias. This is a lowest rarity deck, just like I love to play. 1 Stratos, 1 Ice Edge. Now, people will be saying, why aren't you playing Bubble Man? Why are you playing Ice Edge? Well, I'm playing Ice Edge. Again, just like Bubble Man, he is a water, or an aqua, whatever you want to call it, a water, for a absolute zero play. But he baits out so many cards, and if his effect goes off, you're plussing. I mean, he just, especially if it goes off more than once, it's like leaving that stupid ass worm on the field where you drop at every end phase. If he's going to continually get his effect off and pop, it makes your opponents not set certain things that they would normally set. People have to play around it. When they have cards they have to play around, they mess up. And if they're just going to mess up for me dropping 1 normal summon monster that I don't really have to fuck, my mind just went blank. I don't really have to commit much to. That's what I'm trying to say. I was going to edit out that little break there, but I'm not going to, so you can see how brain dead I just went. So, fucking Ice Edge. If he was level 4, he'd be golden. It was a last-second edition. I'm going to try him out. I did like him in testing, so we'll see if I regret that tomorrow. 2 Thunder Kings, the ultimate noob card. It's not a noob card because noobs play. It's a noob card because noobs have no idea how this fucking card works. Do not try to chain to my Monster Reborn. Do not try to chain your Thunder King Ryo. Thunder King Ryo can't chain. All the people who matter know that already. Also, they have their own fucking Thunder King on the field, and they'll be like, duality. And you're like, you fucking serious? You have a Thunder King on the field. It's your own Thunder King. How do you not know that you can't duality? So, that's the ultimate noob card. Under skill drain, he cannot, he doesn't block cards from being added to the hand, but he can still negate special summons. So keep that in mind. 1900 attack, light, beautiful. 1 Barbaros, 3k monster under skill drain, 1900 without skill drain. Earth, you can make Gaia with it if you really wanted to, but he's pretty sexy. The only bad thing that's been happening to me is I'll get him out under skill drain. I'll have a 3k beat stick. My opponent will like find some way to get rid of him, and then they'll monster reborn him, and I'm just like, shit, now I have to deal with this big ass guy under skill drain. And, you know, under skill drain, your heroes don't get above 3K. So you have to get creative to get him off the field. But, I mean, it can be done. So I'm only running one. He also gets Cloggy at 2, I thought. And then level 4, Avocado Chevalier. He's a fire monster. He's a warrior. He's a Gemini, 1900 attack. We love all those things. The only way he'd be better is if he was an elemental hero. 3 Pod of fucking Dualities. 3 Miracle Fusions. Amazing card late game. Again, with my monster lineup, I do have a little bit more access than a standard hero beat. I can hit Absolute Zero, Nova Master, and Gaia in addition to the Shining. So mid late game, this card just really shines, and he just you do great things with it. Earlier today, I had a situation where I had a Avocado Chevalier and a Stratos. So I overlay into a Blade Arbor Ninja, detach, excuse me, and then he warnings. I didn't detach. So he loses 2,000, and then of course I just play the Miracle Fusion and get a fucking Nova Master off of it and attack, and I actually ended up plussing. It's just beautiful things like that. Beautiful, beautiful things. After they warning and they devote their negation to your fucking Exceed, you turn around and Miracle them. It's really a game-changing play that they make. 3 Sparks. Don't really need to talk about Sparks. Just amazing with Geminis. Your main source of destruction in the deck, and it's this deck is pretty latent in destruction. You're going to be able to respond to almost any threat your opponent throws out there. Especially at game 2, we side into Super Poly. Yeah, you have a lot of ways to fuck up what they're doing. 2 E-Calls and 1 Rhoda. 1 MST. 1 Book of Moon. Monster Reborn. And Dark Hole. 2 Skill Drains. I don't want to play 3. Gets clunky. 2 is good. Just a great card. It automatically shuts off a lot of your threats. Now, my biggest threat with this deck that I've found is Dark Worlds, and I'll side these out against Dark Worlds and replace them with Shadow Imprisonings. It's pretty much how I've been playing it. But every other like big deck, other than, you know, obviously other heroes, you're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff. Don't play this again. If your opponent, if you don't know what your opponent's playing and they end up playing like fucking Malefic Skill Drain, that sucks. If you use your own Skill Drain to kind of help them set up. 2 Solemn Warnings, 2 Bottomless. I do like this card. Again, this format. 2 D Prisons. Everyone's like, why do you play D Prison? Didn't you know there's such a thing as Inzectors? Yeah, I fucking know that. The point of with heroes is that you don't let them set up with their Inzectors. You hit their Dragonflies with Sparks. You hit them with Hero Blast. You know, negate it with a Solemn Warning. You hit it with a Torrential Tribute. You know, you have a lot of answers for that normal summon. The only thing is, don't waste all your answers, because then if they flip over that Call of the Haunted, you're gonna be looking at a lot of stuff. But I need to protect my monsters. D Prison does the job. 2 Torrentials, just stopping plays in their tracks. 2 Hero Blasts, stopping plays and refueling my hand. Mirror Force, protecting my monsters. I don't like the card that much, but it makes sense in the deck. Starlight Road and Dark Bribe, protect all my back row. I was running 2 bribes, cut it down to 1, and 1 Solemn Judgment. Now, the deck is so fucking cheap to make. Like, if you look back over the deck, there's not a card that's over $10 in here, I don't think. Let me look through this again. Nothing yet. No, yeah, there's not a card in here that's over $10. So there's actually may not be a card in here that's much over 5. You know, the dualities may be the most expensive thing. But easy to make, easy to play well, but to get to that good enough to beat, you know, to win a tournament, you gotta be better than just okay. So great deck, a lot of fun to play. Miracle Fusion makes it fun. Now let's go over my side. 2 Shadow Imprisonings, 1 Heavy, 2 Smashing Grounds, 2 more Mystical Space Typhoons, 2 Super Polys. Huge game 2. You know, sided in against anything that's not dark. At least 1. 2 Effect Veilers, mainly for windups and Inzectors. 2 Crows and 2 Snowman Eaters. Pretty standard side. And then the extra 3 Elemental Hero the Shines, 2 Elemental Hero Nova Master, which evidently is now like a $15 card. Who knew? 2 Absolute Zeros, 1 Great Tornado, 1 Gaia, Utopia Ray, 2 Utopias, 2 Blade Armor, and a Stardust. And that is the lineup for me this weekend. Wish me luck. I do want to say good luck to all of my viewers. I hope you have a great time. If you see this mat tomorrow, say what's up to me. If you see me, I'm a portly gentleman with face. Oh wait, that's like 50% is going to be fat guys with beards. So can't just say hi to every fat guy with a beard and expect it to be me. But if you're there tomorrow and you see someone playing on this mat or having this mat, say what's up to me. I love saying hi to my fans. So you guys have a good one, all right?